A big block drop top king of the road. I dig the sound of that. (1968) was a big year for Shelby cars, as numerous changes to the line were made aimed to improve the quality and performance of the cars. And unlike previous cars built on the San Jose assembly line and completed by Shelby American in California, the 68s were built on the Metuchan, New Jersey assembly line, then sent back to the A.O. Smith facility in Iona, Michigan for the final Shelby-I-Zation. Big power, high style, performance suspension. It's no wonder they call these the king of the road. There's a lot to digest when looking at a 68 Shelby GT500 KR convertible, and that long name, well, it's just the beginning. Sure, it's the 68 version of the legendary Shelby Mustang, and there's a whole story on the evolution of these cars and the internal relationship between Ford and Shelby and how the cars were built and sold. And like any car company, Ford wanted more sales. And although track-ready racers are exciting, the general public really isn't the biggest market for thinly veiled race cars. So Ford's plan was to refine the cars and make them more consumer-friendly. The cars, especially the GT500s, were loaded up with features and equipment to make them more attractive to a wider audience. And everything was included, by the way, with the only options being a choice of wheels, manual or automatic transmissions, air conditioning, or the first ever offering of a Shelby convertible top. So by 68, the Shelby GT500 was more of a Luxo rod than a stripped down road racer like the 65s were. The 68 GT500 was marketed towards the man who wanted everything in one car. So this time, the Shelby logo meant performance and luxury. Some were critical of the new direction of the car, but the press was excited about it, with Motor Trend magazine calling the 68s a new breed of Shelby. The look of the car was improved, with new fiberglass parts being made to higher standards for better fit and finish. The GT500 KR retained the Police Interceptor 428 Cube V8 with a 10.6:1 compression ratio and a hydraulic cam with just under ½ inch of lift. Powerful, but still smooth. Large port heads and a cast iron intake sucked the air through a 735 CFM 4-barrel Holley carb, and the combination was rated at 335 horsepower at 5,600 RPM and 440 foot-pounds of torque at 3,400 RPM. The 4-speed stick was standard, but a quick-shifting, tuned C6 automatic was optional. 350 gears in the trac-lock rear spin the 15x7-inch 10-spoke Shelby wheels that were wrapped in high-performance rubber. Other Shelby goodies included a revised suspension system with bigger sway bars, revised rate springs and shocks for road gripping performance. The drivetrain sounds very similar to the 1968 Mustang Cobra Jet, but the Shelby was far more of a car than the CJ. This one is nicely worn in, showing over 95,000 miles on the odometer, and that's a lot of driving for a car like this. But slipping behind the wheel into the black bucket seat feels like sliding into your favorite pair of shoes. It's very comfortable, and the wood grain dash shows some wear, but it's loaded with a 140 mile-an-hour speedometer and an 8,000 RPM tach. Someone added some indicator lights and supplemental gauges to the console just north of the C6 automatic shifter, but this sure would be a great place to spend the day. And there's a question about the color of the car. If you were seeking out a Brittany blue 68 Shelby GT500 convertible, you'd be hard-pressed to find one, as the elusive shade of light blue was only offered on standard Mustangs and Fords of that year, and not Shelby cars. However, the word on the street is that a couple of these cars were painted Q code Brittany blue like the one seen here. But a little research finds that the Q color code, as seen on the data plate for this one, was Brittany blue in the standard Mustang line, but a darker medium blue metallic on the Shelbys. Could someone have repainted this car and used the regular Mustang Q code Brittany rather than the Shelby Q code medium blue? I guess anything is possible, but this car wears Brittany blue beautifully, correct or not?
3, 2, 1, go.
An ad from 1968 said, either get your own GT500 KR or watch all the others pass you by. Well, if you can't get your own, we invite you to hang out with us here in the Brothers Collection. We've got these and a lot of other cool cars to share with you, and we ask that you subscribe so you don't miss any of them on upcoming episodes of Muscle Car of the Week. See you next time.